Howdy. Sick of me yet? Yeah. So, gonna talk about last night's show, Botch at the Showbox for their last show. Presumably ever. I don't know if they'll do another reunion. But and they had Great Falls and Helm's Alee open. I want to point out that last night the crowd was so rough and forceful and crushing that my knee went through part of the stage. My knee is pretty bruised and wrecked. There's pictures of the stage hole floating around. That's never happened before, so that was something special. Pretty beat up. Like, my face is still agitated from last night. So it was a rough show. So yeah, let's get to it. Great Falls opened, and they're definitely local favorites of mine. And, you know, I always prefer them to see them in smaller spaces, and I think a lot of people do. And I've talked about this so much lately, the difference between smaller spaces and larger venue like openings. But Great Falls sounded great last night. They performed well. They always do. And even though, you know, not really the same kind of energy as Botch, really cool band, really cathartic. And you know, they started the night off right for people wanting to like get a little moshy without going ballistic, or people just wanted to warm up, or maybe have a smaller kind of mosh pit experience. So they were great, and they played, I don't know, 6, 7 songs. And, you know, I always like watching people see Great Falls for the first time, because they're usually pretty impressed. So Helm's Alee came up next, and like I keep telling bands, when you do sound checks, please have people check from different areas of the venue, because like half the time your vocals are not as loud as you think they are. Right, when the monitors blast up from the front and you can hear yourself great there, that's fine. But like front row, back of the house, like the vocals for Helm's Alee were hard to hear. I don't know. But Helm's Alee, you know, they come out, they put on kind of a cool rhythmic stonery type of groove. You know, a little bit slower overall. But you know, they're definitely favorites, not just area favorites, but I think they're pretty well respected kind of amongst the music community who listen to that genre and an adjacent genre. So, you know, they delivered something nice, and it was really cool kind of like interlude to help bring the crowd to like a good kind of zen area. You know, the crowd seemed to be really enjoying the energy that Helm's Alee put out, and it was nice to kind of headbang a little without getting crazy, and just, you know, at this point you could see the anticipation for Botch, but the crowd, I think, enjoyed this little respite in the evening. So and at this point it was like, I don't know, nearly 10 by the time they got done, 10:15 something. So then Botch came on, and you know, I gotta say, it wasn't quite as sentimental as I was expecting. I don't know what it was like for the band. You know, lots of hugs, and they definitely talked about it a bit, and lots of thank yous. And sold out show, and the crowd went pretty hard. All 3 of the members who weren't on drums ended up in the crowd several times. David, vocalist, he did like handstands into the crowd, and he had to throw one guy off stage, which was pretty funny, because I think the guy who got on stage was like, he kneeled down, and I think he was like hoping people would launch off of him. I don't know, but you know, not your stage, man. What was really cool is the Botch friends and family and crew, like they were stage diving kind of from the back corner of the stage. They just like run and jump, and that was pretty awesome. It was great to see like their kids, and you know, just a bunch of people that were important to them kind of enjoying this last hurrah. So that was cool. Of course, they delivered a great set, high energy set. The crowd went really, they went pretty damn hard. So all in all, I mean, I've only seen Botch on this, you know, this tour. I've never seen them when they were active previously, but each show was just high energy, very engaged with the crowd. These guys, they clearly enjoy their music and they enjoy playing it for a crowd. So it was something really special to see. And I wonder, I saw a lot of Botch fans, like true fans, fans since 20, 30 years, 25 years ago, however long it's been. They were just so elated to be there, and there were people there from all over the states. I don't know if there was anybody from out of the country, but I wouldn't have been surprised. Yeah, so special night. And again, it was a really touching moment. Yeah, so I'd say go see them, and if they ever play again, go see them. But if not, just remember, like, the bands you love, whether it's band like Botch, a local band just starting out, a band, like Metallica, Beyonce, whomever, if you enjoy a band's music and you want to see them perform, go do it, because you never know if they're gonna call it quits. You never know if they're gonna have something happen. You never know if they're just gonna go in a different direction. But you do know that once a show is done, there's no guarantees for the next one. And I know these days are stressful and expensive, but treat yourself, because it's important. And I'd like to think that the bands really appreciate it and that they connect with it, because I like to think that the bands are still fans and they know what that's like. So, wild. I'm hurting quite a bit. Gonna have a nice soak today. And I bought myself, they didn't have a hoodie in my size, so I got the crew neck. There's a cool little design on the back. The full set from last night, the night before, and one of their first reunion shows. The links will be down below or at the end of this. Anyway, thanks for checking me out while I ramble, talk about stuff, and give kind of a subjective opinion on the show. But yeah, thanks for being a part of a music community. So until next time.